Kia ora and welcome to Maximise Your Business. My name is Carl Waratini. Today I'm going to share with you a little lesson around this thing called the process of change. And what I'm going to share with you is how it plays out and the part that it plays when we're contemplating making a decision or we've just gone and made a rather significant decision. Now, this process of change is a process that kicks in and starts to muddle with all of our emotions, and it's a process that we have no control over, but it just happens regardless. Now, the reason I'm sharing this particular lesson with you today is that a number of my clients are making decisions every single day, decisions that are going to change their business and the outcome of their business, and ultimately decisions that are going to change their own personal situation as well. So to get this point across, I just want you to think back to a time that you've had to make a big decision. You might be contemplating one now, or you might have just made one. The decision might have been that you wanted to get out of a job and start a business. The decision might have been that you wanted to buy a new house. The decision might have been you were going to get engaged or get married. Now, what happens is when we're going through that process of making a decision, we start to churn up all the different emotions that come along. And once this was pointed out to me, it just cleared a whole lot of fog for me. And now I sort of find myself checking in on this lots and lots of times. And I'm sure once I've shown this to you, you'll be able to connect and see how it plays out with your life and how it kicks in when you're making big decisions as well. So I'm going to use the example in business here for how this process of change kicks in, because when I ask you to think back to one of those situations, I want you to think back now to the time when you had just made that decision, and the decision was that you just wanted to buy a new house. Okay, so you decided to buy a new house, and that's what kicked in this process of change. I want to suggest to you that the first part of the process that kicked in was this stage of excitement. Okay, and what I'm going to be sharing here is a number of different stages that you'll be going through once you've actually made the decision or you're on the fringe of contemplating it. You would have been excited about purchasing this new home. You would have been excited that, hey, it had all the right living spaces, it had all the right bedrooms, it had a great backyard, it was in an awesome neighbourhood, it was close to schools, it was going to be your own nest, it might have had some work that you could do to it to put your own touch on it, but you're really, really excited about following through and owning this new home. Now, not long after that stage of excitement, you quickly changed into another stage, which is denial. Now, all of a sudden you started to have some little doubts. A little voice was going off and saying, "Oh, I don't know if it's really the right thing. What if it doesn't work out? What if we don't get on with the neighbours? Or what if the school's not right and we have to move again? Or what if we can't afford the repayments?" And quickly you would have gone into a stage of denial, and that could have possibly hindered your progress. But anyhow, after denial, you then would have gone into another stage, and the other part of the process of change is you would have gone into a stage of overwhelm. Now, this is when you are just thinking of all of the things that are just going to come along for the ride. You're going to get overwhelmed around meeting those payments, or you might be overwhelmed about having to uproot everything and shift everything out of the old place that you're living, and repacking, and overwhelmed with having to organise contracts with solicitors and arranging the finance with the banker or the mortgage person or whatever the case may be. But you would have got into some overwhelm about all the different things that would have had to be ticked off in order for the transaction to go through and for you to be into your home. So after excitement, then denial, then into overwhelm. Now, the good thing is that once you've gone through these three stages, you go into another stage, which is a place of acceptance. And you just arrive at a place where you're just getting on with life. You're there, you've accepted your decision, and you're really at peace with it. You're really at ease with it, and it's no longer a big deal. The emotions have all sort of calmed down. And after acceptance, you arrive at a place of certainty. Okay, and your certainty around the future that the decision that you've made has been a great one, and you have certainty around and peace of mind that this house is going to be everything that you dreamed it to be. Now, regardless of what stage you're going to be going through here, you're going to have no control of them. You are going to go through them, and the reason we're sharing this is just to bring some awareness to it, because once you've got some awareness to it, then you know what is going to be coming up and you know what's going to be next. Now, as you go to excitement, then to denial, then to overwhelm, then to acceptance, then to certainty, you're going to be flicking in all through these three main ones here. But whatever stage you're in, I just want to encourage you just not to get too hung up on it. Just let it go through. Just let it process. It is a process of change. It means just letting it flow. And regardless of what stage you're in, just remember this. This too shall pass. You're not going to stay in that part of the process forever. You are going to move through it. So whatever it is that you're in, this too shall pass. Just remember that, and hopefully that'll help you transition through all these decisions that you're making. You might be making a decision about embarking on some personal development. Whatever it is, you're going to go into this sort of process, particularly if it's going to involve parting of money and making some sort of investment as well, because we sort of have some other little connections with that as well. So hope this helps with you as you're going through any decisions, and I look forward to passing on some other lessons coming up shortly.